Stangibelisco here. I just received an email, presumably from the Gmail team, but I didn't even check to try and find out whether that was a legitimate address or not, because for one thing, I wouldn't have any idea whether it was or not, and number two, I've become sufficiently cynical so as to regard any unprovoked or cold mail or telephone call from an unknown party as a scam. But basically the thing said, is this your alternate email address? And then it gave my Hotmail email address. And I can tell that to you if, that ain't going to hurt anything. It's stangibelisco@hotmail.com. Just the same Stangibelisco, but please don't send email to that address because I rarely check it. I just use it to be sure that emails I sent actually went out. I CC myself oftentimes for that purpose. But I get an awful lot of junk mail on that particular site. Hundreds of them. If I go a month without checking Hotmail, I'll have 300 junk mails on there to delete, and I just simply delete them all. I just delete them all without even looking at them. But the point of this email is to ask you whether you have received any email from a Gmail account, if you have one, saying, is this your legitimate alternate address? And then giving the correct one, of course, and then saying, click here to confirm. Now, whenever I get a mail unsolicited, something that I did not deliberately go to their site to set up, but coming from what claims to be their site, anybody's site, saying, asking me for any kind of information or even confirmation of information that is correct, I delete those emails without even clicking on anything. I regard them instantly as an attempt to somehow or another get information from me or verify my existence, sort of like those Zen phone spam calls. Once you pick up on one of those, once you actually answer one, you're on their list. You're on their list for junk, and you'll be a dartboard for garbage. That is my belief. And my cynicism is increasing gradually but surely to the point where someday my internet presence, including YouTube, may vanish, even though I am still alive, which itself is an open question sometimes these days. But have you received, whatever mail account you have, but particularly Gmail, have you received a cold email, that is cold meaning unasked for, that asks you, is this your legitimate backup address in case you get locked out of your account? I sort of assumed that by clicking on anything in such an email, I would get locked out of my account, and that would be the end of my Gmail presence, including YouTube. So I've just become so cynical about the internet so as to, it's just, I'm just assuming that it's just a hotbed of rogues, hotbed of evil. But what do you think? Do you think I was right to simply delete that email without responding? How could I go wrong? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Stangibelisco signing off. Until next time, so long.